Hello again. This is my status update video for week 8. So my project is intranet. It keeps track of users, employees, work hours, tasks, and forms, and different things like that. Currently, we're right on schedule. All full functionality has been implemented. There's just some small things in the back end, like adding more logic to make it more robust, especially towards when you're looking up things with queries and everything. I need to improve on the logic there. And then also, I don't have the reset password fully functioning yet. So that is the last thing that also needs to be done. Other than that, the users are able to perform any task they need on the website. So let's go ahead and jump into the documentation, and then we'll take a look at the actual website. So, status update I just gave. In the coming weeks, we're going to be doing alpha testing and refining our actual application. And then we also have our maintenance plan written out with instructions on what they'll need to do to maintain the website, and a change request form, and your sign-off page. So that's it for my documentation. It's all pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and take a look at the application and see what all I've implemented. So here we are at the login for our application. Let's go ahead and jump in. Username is svogel, password is abc123. Last week I showed that it doesn't let you log in unless you actually are a valid user, so we're just going to skip that today. So this week what I've added is the ability to add things and update them and delete them as well. So timesheet is a big one for that. We see here we have 2 entries right now, each on different days. So let's say we want to update this first one. We can go here and click update. It will present all the information that's currently in the database, and then the user can change any of this to anything they like. So let's say they worked on the 16th and didn't work from 8, they worked from 7:30 and had a 2-hour lunch break and didn't leave until 6 p.m. And let's go ahead and say that we have added more. And when we click submit, it adds it to the database, updates the database, redirects us back to our timesheet, and we can see here that the date changed, all the times changed, and the activity as well. So to show that delete works, we can also hit delete. If you look down at the bottom of the browser, you can see my URL. It's looking it up by the entry ID. Our page keeps track of all the entry IDs as it populates with the PHP grabbing the SQL. So we go ahead and delete that by its entry ID, and it refreshes the page. And as you can see, even if I refresh the page, it's gone. So it is fully deleted. To show you, let's go ahead and take a look at our actual database. So we have work hours, and only that one entry is in there now. Okay, and then let's say we want to submit hours. So they're given the option of whatever day. Let's say they worked the 20th, even though that day hasn't happened yet. That's things like that is where I need to add logic to make this more robust and look out for user error, basically. So time in, let's say they got there at 8:30 in the morning, and then had an hour lunch, and then left at 5:30. Oops. And they did so many different things. And we hit submit, and it's there. So if we jump over to our database real quick and refresh, there it's added. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at tasks now. That was the other one that all of that functionality was implemented. So we can go ahead and update a task. So let's update this second task. Click it. It gives us the information that's already present in the database. Let's change the date to the 21st, and then the due date to the 30th, and then change the description to not so many things, and submit. You can see here that it changed the date, the due date, start date, due date, and the description. And then we can also delete it. Let's go ahead and show you the tasks over here. We can see that they're right here. And then I say, let's go ahead and delete the first one. So now let's jump back over here, and there's only one in the database now. So let's go ahead and add a second task now. So we hit Add Task, and it gives us the input fields. Let's say the start date was tomorrow, the due date was the 25th, and we have some things to do. And we hit Submit, and you can see it's been added here. And we can also now update and delete that one. If we go ahead and check our database, we can see here that there are 2 tasks now. That's more or less it. There's forms and the ability to add them and look them up. But besides that, that's the core functionality of the website. As you can see, everything's connected to the database, and it's all keeping track of what the user does, and it updates as they go. So next week, we're going to refine some of the looks. Like you could see when I was adding to the timesheet and the tasks, the formatting was a little weird, so we'll just refine that a bit and finish implementing some logic behind the queries, and also implement the forgot password functionality. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching my presentation.